There's 17,000 children who will die in the next 24 hours of starvation. In a world that has enough food to feed every child 4 times over. How do you respond to suffering? See, here's the thing. Suffering used to be, when I was writing my doctorate in Oxford to make my mother happy, at least there's one thing I would do that she would feel was kind of relatively kind of good that she could share with her friends, right? So I was dealing in theology. And theology is theo, God, logic. And so there's a question of suffering. You try and work out logically. How is a God who's omnipotent, potent, allow for suffering? Right? You work it all out. It's like, oh my God, it's so sterile. It's so empty. And actually the problem of suffering, the problem of outrageous pain, my friends, it's not a theological problem. It's a problem of intimacy. See, when someone's suffering, there's a failure of intimacy. Right? If the world's intimate, if the world's holding us, if God's not only the infinity of power, but that's the old view, right? God's the infinity of power. Let's show how powerful God is. But now we've evolved to realize that the divine and the God you don't believe in doesn't exist, right? The divine is the infinity of intimacy. Can you feel that? Can you feel the difference? God is the infinity of intimacy. It's a God who cries. And if you ask me, how do I believe in a God who cries? How do you believe in a God who doesn't cry? Right? So if God's the infinity of intimacy, so then the problem of outrageous pain is a failure of intimacy. You get that? You with me? So we have to restore intimacy. So in this new story, to know that the universe is a new story, it's a love story, right? It's an outrageous love story. We got to restore intimacy. So the only response to outrageous pain is not theology. The only response to outrageous pain is outrageous love.